Hi everyone, James Becky, and it's time for some more VGC 2015 battles from the Those Battle Spot ladder. And I know I haven't been recording as often. New York had a bit of a snow day in March, which is kind of insane, but internet wasn't working for me that night. And the past few other days, I've also had some pretty bad allergies, but taking some new medication, and now we should be getting started with the Slowbro team, which has Slowbro, Raichu, Scrafty, Landorus, Heatran, and Clefairy. And just a note, I might adjust this team because I feel like this team, I built it at the beginning of the season. I didn't build it like a few weeks ago or maybe a few days ago like I usually do. This team was built at the beginning of the season, and it's definitely outdated, and I definitely have to make some changes. So if you see a Pokemon change in the next video, that'll be the reason why. Anyway, we're going to find two battles and see how we do. Our first opponent today will be Showdown TG. I think 1768 rating with a interesting team. We got Raichu, Talonflame, Landorus variant, Aegislash, Kangaskhan, and Milotic. So Raichu is probably holding the Focus Sash, an annoying fast fake out user who can encore Pokemon. We got Talonflame, who's probably going to set up a Tailwind here, or it could be Banded, but I would probably assume some kind of Tailwind coming out. We got Aegislash, who's usually Wide Guard, but substitute variants are also popular. Kangaskhan, which is a standard Mega. Landorus, which provides Intimidate support. Don't know what its item is because Choice Scarf, Assault Vest, Yache Berry, Focus Sash, they're all viable items on Landorus, but the Focus Sash is probably on that Raichu. And we got the Milotic, which is going to give me some trouble bringing Intimidate. But I feel like Clefairy and Slowbro lead seems pretty good here. I like Landorus because Rock Slide is very useful, and I think I'm going to go Raichu as my last Pokemon. This is definitely going to be a tough battle because he has a pretty well balanced team, and the big trouble is going to be that Raichu, which can encore me into Calm Mind or Slack Off, so I definitely have to watch out for that Raichu. I'm probably going to have to try and knock it out right away. Gonna leave Clefairy and Slowbro against my opponent's Aegislash and Milotic, so probably predicting some kind of Landorus lead, but I am fine with this, to be honest. Because right here I can follow me and go for the Scald onto the Aegislash. Since Slowbro is slower than Aegislash, it will be hitting that Blade Form for quite a bit of damage. Now the question is what Aegislash wants to do. Does it go for the simple Flash Cannon onto Clefairy expecting to follow me? Or does it try to get fancy and predict Clefairy to protect and go for the Shadow Ball? I'm going to risk it because I do not want Slowbro to take a lot of damage straight on. And you guys might be wondering, hey, new layout. I did make this new layout just a few days ago while that snowstorm was happening. So yeah, we're going to see the Milotic go for the Scald onto the Clefairy, which isn't going to do much. It's going to get the burn, unfortunately, and that might matter if this Aegislash went for the Shadow Ball. Let's see, it's going on the offensive, and it goes for the Shadow Ball. Okay, so I did predict that right. And I am going to get a Scald off onto this Aegislash, which is pretty big. It's a 2-hit KO. But right here, I'd probably assume that Aegislash wants to King Shield. Well, then again, does it really want to King Shield? I think it would want to King Shield, so I'm going to follow me with my Clefairy and Calm Mind with my Slowbro. I see nothing wrong with this because Scald shouldn't be hitting Clefairy for a knockout, especially since we saw Scald did like 40 damage. If Aegislash goes for the King Shield, Clefairy is most likely going to faint this turn due to the burn, and I can send out Raichu and encore this Aegislash right away. So, not a big deal there. Aegislash is going to go for the stance change though, and go for that King Shield, which is what I'm predicting. So, that is perfect. We're going to see the Aegislash. Basically, it's kind of screwed. Follow me is going to happen from the Clefairy, which is going to redirect the Scald, which probably targeted the Clefairy anyway. But I did not want to risk it, as Calm Mind's going to occur from the Slowbro. And that's pretty big, as I am now a +1 Slowbro, which means special defense is pretty nice. Clefairy actually might not die to the burn here. Yeah, it hangs on with 2. As right here, I'm going to protect with my Clefairy, and what's the bigger threat, the Milotic or the Aegislash? I think it's the Milotic, so I'm going to Side Shock and protect. This is the reason I'm going for protect with Clefairy is I know it's going to go down anyway, and I'd rather have the Friend Guard up so I can take the Shadow Ball better. We're going to see the Icy Wind for Milotic, so in case I did decide to switch, it's going to lower the speed, which doesn't really matter on a Slowbro. As speed is going to fall, Aegislash is going to go for the offensive, probably the Shadow Ball onto the Slowbro. The Shadow Ball is going to occur onto the Slowbro, and that's still not doing damage, as I get the Side Shock off onto the Milotic, which is really nice. It doesn't do as much as I was hoping, though. So right here, I'm going to send out Raichu, because Raichu does pretty well here. Because now, Aegislash is pretty much going to either King Shield or attack, or probably switch out. I would probably assume it's going to switch out. So I'm going to fake out the Milotic. I mean, no matter what, Aegislash can't knock out either of my Pokemon. And I'm going to slack off of my Slowbro. As he's not going to stand exchange or switch out, I'm going to get this attack off, which is going to actually prop its Citrus Berry. So that's kind of bad, since he probably can live a Thunderbolt now. Milotic's going to flinch. Aegislash is going to go for another Shadow Ball onto the Slowbro, which makes sense. I'm not going to have that Friend Guard, unfortunately, but I do get the slack off. I'm wondering if he brought Raichu into this. And if he didn't bring Raichu, what would he bring instead? I'm going to Thunderbolt the Aegislash and slack off here, because Milotic's not doing anything. And he's not switching out into Raichu, so I'm guessing he didn't bring it. Thunderbolt's going to knock out the Aegislash, which is pretty ideal for me. And Milotic's going to go for the Icy Wind. Great play by my opponent, because that's going to lower my Raichu speed by 1. And that's pretty big, especially if Kangaskhan decides to come in. But I do get the slack off, which is really, really important, because now my Slowbro's ready to sweep. It's got a +1. Let's see who my opponent probably brings in. Kangaskhan. Okay, so I'm fine with that. However, there are so many plays my opponent can do now. And I'm going to... He can either fake out the Slowbro or go for the attack onto the Raichu. I'm probably going to expect the attack onto the Raichu and the... probably a Scald or Icy Wind. So I'm going to try to knock out this Milotic. Kangaskhan is going to Mega Evolve. Let's see, who did he target? Did he target the Raichu, or did he target the Slowbro with a Fake Out? As Milotic is faster than his Kangaskhan. Interesting, going for the Skull onto Raichu. That's not going to knock it out. Not even close, but it does get the burn, which is unfortunate. Thunderbolt's going to connect with the Milotic, and that's a really slow Kangaskhan. It's going to even pick up the Paralyze, which doesn't even matter. As Kangaskhan's going to go for the Power Punch onto the Raichu. Great play by my opponent, because now Slowbro is in danger of being knocked out, and gets a critical hit, which didn't matter since the burn would have knocked out the Raichu. But I am going to knock out this Milotic, and that's pretty huge with this Psyshock. And yeah, that's actually really good, because now Landorus comes in for free, and I don't know, who does he have in the back? Is it Landorus? Is it Talonflame? I'm kind of doubting it's Raichu, because he would have probably switched out into Raichu if he had it. Landorus is going to come out, and we are going to see his own Landorus, which I'm fine with. As the Intimidate's going to happen onto both his Pokemon as well as mine. His is slower than mine, so that either assumes he's running a slower Landorus Scarf, or he's not Scarf at all. I'm going to go for the Rock Slide and the Skull. Don't know, because I can't go for Superpower. That's not going to knock out Kangaskhan. I'm going to Rock Slide and Scald. Yeah, I might as well go for it. I need Landorus out of the way. As Kangaskhan's going to go for the Protect. Oh, this might be perfect. This might be perfect. As long as he doesn't get any flinches. If he gets a flinch, I'm done for. As he's gonna go for the rock slide. Oh, this is so close. Don't get the flinch. Don't get the flinch. It doesn't, and the Scald's gonna connect with this Landers. Will it knock it out? Yes, it will pick up the knockout, and that is perfect. Really, absolutely ideal. As right here, I'm going to go for another rock slide, which is now going to be single target. And I'm going to go for the Scald onto the Kangaskhan, hoping for a burn. But I think Slowbro can live an attack from this Kangaskhan. He's probably going to go for the double edge or return onto the Slowbro. I'd probably assume double edge with how bulky this Kangaskhan is. And that shouldn't KO Slowbro. I mean, +1, Mega Slowbro's still strong. Rock Slide's going to connect. He didn't go for Sucker Punch, which I'm really glad for. That Rock Slide's not doing much, as it's going to be the return onto the Landorus. Don't know if that's the right play for him, but I am going to get the Scald off, and if I get the burn, I win this game. So let's see, Scald, will it burn? It does it over half, and it gets the burn, so that will be guaranteeing me the game. And even without the burn, I kind of doubt a +1 return or Sucker Punch can KO my Slowbro, so I think I had this game either way. But that was a really close battle, as he's going to go for the Power Punch, which isn't going to do much. He might as well have risked the, Sucker Punch, but Scald's going to connect with this Kangaskhan. That's going to pick up the knockout onto Kangaskhan, and that will be the game. And my 3DS is about to die, so I'll be right back. Our second opponent of the day will be a 1624 from Japan, and we are going to see the team of Rotom Wash, Amoonguss, Blaziken, Bisharp, Meowstic, and Salamence, and this team looks very, very similar to one I actually was testing a while ago. But anyway, this is going to be an annoying team to deal with. Bisharp, Rotom Wash, and Amoonguss are all annoyances to Mega Slowbro. Even that Meowstic's an annoyance to Slowbro. Who do I want to bring? I do like Heatran in this situation, but then again, I think I'll actually lead Heatran. Heatran and Raichu. Landers and Slowbro in the back. The reason is, okay, the reason for this is because I know he'll probably lead Amoonguss, because I see no reason not to lead Amoonguss against my team, with probably something like Blaziken or Rotom Wash. That would be the most logical thing I could assume, and if that happens, I can fake out the Blaziken and go for the sub. You know, probably the fake out would be obvious anyway. But we'll see how this goes. I mean, oh boy. As I'm writing this team down, Blaziken, Rotom Wash, Salamence, Bisharp, Meowstic, and Amoonguss. As we're going to see a Meowstic Bisharp lead, which I am absolutely fine with because I know my Heatran outspeeds Admin Bisharp, so I'm going to sub with my Heatran and I might as well go for the fake out. Or he might have, well, he could have quick guard with his Meowstic, but I'm just going to go for the safe fake out. If he doesn't have quick guard, I mean, he still wastes a turn anyway. His Bisharp's going to withdraw into probably Salamence? No, that's Blaziken. I'm fine with that, because I get a free sub up. Fake out going to connect with the Meowstic, which is going to flinch it, and I do get the substitute off, which is absolutely perfect for me, because now I'm behind the sub, and that Blaziken is probably going to want to get rid of the sub as soon as possible. Predicting the Protect with Blaziken, I'm going to Thunderbolt and Heat Wave the Meowstic, especially since regular Blazikens usually carry Superpower, and I kind of doubt this is a Mega one because Salamence is here. The reason is they have to go for Superpower, and if it wants to go for Superpower, I am fine with that because you're losing your attack stat You get a -1 from attack and defense. But it's actually going to be Mega Blaziken. But did he protect, though? Because I could have Earth Power that slot. Don't know why he brought... Okay, he did protect. Okay, that was close. That was close, but let's see what the Meowstic went for. I was just gonna go for the Swagger onto my Raichu. We're playing this game. Swagger turn 2. Okay, getting rid of this Meowstic is pretty much mandatory now. Raichu confused. Gonna connect with the Thunderbolt, thankfully. As that's gonna do a bit of chip damage to that Meowstic, and I'm gonna get this Heat Wave off. Yes, I'm gonna connect. This Heat Wave's gonna connect. And... does it activate Citrus Berry? No, it doesn't. As Leftovers is going to heal my Heatran. As Blaziken's going to get that speed boost, which I am fine with. Because I'm still hiding behind the sub. The low kick is obvious, so he's probably going to low kick my Heatran, and I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt onto the Blaziken slot to put in Earth Power range, because I don't think Earth Power will knock out this Blaziken. Of course, he could double target into the Raichu slot, but this Heatran's such a big threat to him right now, especially with the Bisharp in the back. So I'm going to protect with Heatran. It's pretty much my safest play. Keep that sub up. He's going to go for the Safeguard with his Meowstic. And a Rock Slide. Okay, that makes sense because it would have allowed him to break the sub as Raichu, Flinch, Para, what is it? It's going to be confused. That confusion. Heatran gonna heal a bit as Speed Boost gonna activate, but okay. I'm gonna Heat Wave here and switch out my Raichu into the Landers. I think that's my best play. I do not want Raichu going down to the Rock Slide, and this way he'll only have a +1 Blaziken. And with a +1 Blaziken, I don't know what I'm thinking. I just want the Meowstic gone right now because Meowstic's the big threat. At least we know he didn't bring Salamence. I would probably assume Rotom would be in the back then. As he's gonna Swagger his own Blaziken, yep, and probably go for that Rock Slide. As it is going to go for the Rock Slide. Thankfully, I cannot flinch with my Heatran, but I can get paralyzed. Heatran sub is going to break, and that Heat Wave, it's going to connect. And that's going to pick up the knockout onto the Meowstic. As Heatran's going to heal back with its Leftovers, and we're probably going to see Bisharp come in, because now I think my Landis is in the Life Up Sucker Punch range. Wondering what he's deciding about. I mean, if he brings Rotom Wash... Okay, it's Bisharp. Okay, so this isn't terrible. This isn't terrible. Right here, I'm going to protect with my Heatran, and expecting the Sucker Punch and the Sucker Punch into Landis and the low kick into Heatran, I'm going to switch out into my Raichu. Yeah, this seems pretty safe for me. Landis is going to switch out, go into that Raichu. The reason is because I want to make the safest plays possible right now. Heatran going to protect, and let's see what did these Pokemon go for. He went for the Flare Blitz into the Lander slot. That's going to pick up the knockout on Raichu. And do recoil. As the Bisharp goes for the knockoff into Heatran. I don't get that play. Did he predict the Lander switch out? I think he predicted the Lander switch out. But even then, I think low kicking and knockoff would have been the better play. Well, then again, if I went for the Earthquake, he might have been screwed there. So I'm going to bring out my Slowbro. Oh, this is such a bad position. What can I do? I mean, most likely he's just going to low kick, and knockoff. I think I have to hope for the double protect here with Heatran. I don't usually want to, but I think I'm forced to in this situation. Of course, his Blaziken can always go for the protect himself, but I think he would go for the low kick at this rate, because Heatran can't protect. And if he lost his Bishop, it'd be in a bad position for him. So I'm gonna hope for that double protect. I mean, I'm not expecting to get it, but it's my only chance, really. We also have not seen the item on this Bishop, so we don't know if it's Life Orb or Focus Sash. If it's Focus Sash, it might be better for me because that knockoff and Sucker Punch will do less. He's not going to switch out, so I am going to at least get one move off. Slowbro is going to Mega Evolve, and let's see, does Heatran get the double protect? No, it doesn't. As it goes for the Flare Blitz. Oh, predicting the Landers switch out. That might have cost my opponent the game. Knockoff doesn't do much to Slowbro, and it's probably Sash. Scald into the... Okay, into the Blaziken. That was a close one. But we're probably going to see Rotom Wash come out. If he has a Moongus, he's screwed. It's a Moongus! Wow, my opponent over-predicting, and that cost him. That definitely cost him. If he had Rotom Wash in the back, I might have had a chance still, but I don't know, it's unlikely. As I'm going to double attack into this Amoonguss, I think, because even if Bishop is Focus Sash, it's still not that big of a threat. I mean, Life Orb is the big threat here, and I know I can outspeed the Bishop with a, so, but wow, and he gave me the Flash Fire too, so that was a really risky play. I mean, there's no point, to be honest, in my eyes, just because, well, I guess, but if I did switch in Landers, I would have given him a +1, so, I don't know, but he's going to go for the Sucker Punch into the Slowbro, which is not going to pick up the knockout. Heat Wave is going to connect with both Pokemon, and that's going to do a lot of damage. And is that Sash Bishop? Yes, it is Focus Sash. Okay, and the Psyshock's going to connect with this Amoonguss, which with the Flash Fire Heat Trench, well, Flash Fire Heat Wave will KO the Amoonguss. Wow, that was such a close game, and wow, that was just amazing. As his team's no longer protected by safeguards, so it wasn't like I was going for a Scald Burn anyway. But right here, I'm just going to Earth Power to guarantee me the game. I'm not risking another Heat Wave miss, and I might as well slack off. I mean, my opponent can't win. Yep, he's going to forfeit here. So really, two amazing games today, and this team finally got its first double win, which I'm very proud of. I mean, after the last episode with the Minimize, yeah, if you guys want to check that out, be sure to check it out. That's it for today's VGC episode. If you guys did like it, please be sure to give a like. If you guys enjoy these videos, always be sure to give a like and share with your friends. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more VGC content that I am working hard on. Trust me, I'm working hard for this on you guys. I'm trying to make new layouts, so maybe every few weeks I will have a new layout, and that will be awesome. It keeps this it keeps these videos from growing stale, and yeah. Be sure to check out my other stuff, such as my blog for VGC teams. If you guys want to know like what kind of teams I make, what kind of EV spreads I do, definitely check my blog out. And you guys can follow me on my social medias, such as my Twitter and Twitch, obviously, for streams. Anyway, James Beck, JamesSpeed1, signing out. Later, guys.